A very good morning, all of you. I am Bisui Paira, lecturer in English, MA in English gold medalist from Ravenshaw University. I have qualified 2 times NET and qualified West Bengal set for the post of assistant professor in English. In today's class, I will discuss an important poem and beautiful poem by Robert Frost, which is nothing but Fire and Ice. Okay. But before understanding the very poem, we have to keep in mind some concepts which will be very much helpful for us to understand the very poem. Daniel Goleman, an important American psychologist, has introduced an approached term in the name of emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, you can say, which means we have to know how to control our emotions in order to relieve our stress. In maximum times, our heart is burdened with lots of anxieties, problems, frustration, depressions. Thousands of emotions are always trying to tear our heart apart. But we have to know how to control them in a positive way. This is called emotional intelligence. And these emotions are very much important in our life. It kills us, it creates us. But one should know how to deal with it. Okay, how to see to it. Otherwise, you will face lots of problems. Okay. Now in the very poem, Fire and Ice, 2 groups are there. First group is saying that fire is enough to destroy the earth. Another group is saying ice is enough to destroy the earth. But you have to keep in mind, the very poem, Fire and Ice by Robert Frost, is out and out, through and through, a symbolic poem. Through fire, or by dint of fire, the poet is trying to convey the concept of desire, burning desire. And with the help of ice, the poet is trying to express a kind of apathy, a kind of indifference, a kind of callousness which is working in the mind or heart of human beings. And this indifference, this callousness, this coldness, and from opposite side, this burning desire, 2 things are very much destructive for human life. Not only for human life, but also for the earth. And 2 things we have to control. Otherwise, we'll destroy everything. Not only will destroy ourselves, but also will destroy the whole world. The world will come to an end. In the same way, our life will come to an end if we are unable to control these 2 things. Now I am going to start the very poem. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now one group is saying that the world will end in fire. Means, if the world comes to an end, if the world is going to face its doomsday or catastrophic end or appalling end, fire is enough. Burning desire or fiery desire is enough to destroy the whole world. But some says ice is enough. Means, if fire is unable to destroy the world totally, then ice will come. It is enough to kill the whole world, to bring the world into its catastrophic end. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now, as a writer, as a man, I am supporting fire, because fire is enough to destroy the whole world. Understood? So, in the first stanza, the poet is contemplating about the probable and end of the world. According to him, there could be two possible causes of that. He suggests the age-old question of whether the world will end in fire or in ice, but both the reasons are completely opposite to each other. There is a debate about how the world will end. Some favor fire. According to them, fire represents the human desires, the passions, which will eventually lead the world to its probable end. Now the poet in this stanza favors those who believe in that the world will end in fire. So fire is sufficient, okay, for the world, and in this way the world will face its catastrophic end. Okay, everyone. It means, another term is there, emotional constipation. The meaning of constipation already the common problem of human beings. Okay, but what is emotional constipation? If we face constipation physically, this constipation can be overcome, can be cured, can be sprung back with the help of medicines. All laxatives are there. But when you are suffering from constipation, means some problems which is happening in your heart, when your heart is burdened up, thousands of emotions, but you are unable to get it out, release it at that time, your heart is down with emotional constipation. So whenever you are facing any kind of problem means frustration, anxiety, depression, you have to release it. Otherwise, we will be emotionally constipated. That's why Francis Bacon in his book of friendship, important essay of friendship, he said, "Corne dito, don't eat your heart." Whenever you are down with any kind of problems, anxieties, you should share it with your friends, with a true friend. But the concept of true friend is very rare in the present time. Everyone is wolf in sheep's clothing. Everyone is wolf in sheep's clothing. Everyone is busy in backstabbing, critiquing, criticizing, hammering. Okay, so the concept of true friendship is always rare in the present time. Okay, everyone is self-absorbed. Okay, everyone is busy in their own world. No one has time to talk to know your problem. That's why you are in a selfish world. That's why each and every one of us is totally frustrated. Because all the time our heart is burdened. Our heart is going to be torn apart. All the time everything around us is trying to tear our heart from limb. Totally a very appalling situation in human's life. Okay, everyone. Next sparrow. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough hate to say that the destruction ice is also great and would suffice. But by chance, fire is unable to bring destruction to the world, then ice is enough, hatred is enough, coldness is enough, apathy is enough, indifference is enough, callousness is enough. These things are slow but very much destructive than the fire. Okay, but the poet is saying, but if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough hate to say that for destruction ice. So ice is compared to coldness, hatred, apathy, indifference, coldness. It also great and would suffice, and ice will be enough. Your hatred will be enough. Your apathy will be enough to bring destruction. Not only for your life but also for the world. So one should avoid two things. One is excessive emotions. You have to control your emotions. Otherwise you will lose everything. You will destroy everything. Everything will come to end in your life. Second thing, you have to control your callousness, indifference. You have to know how to love, how to dedicate yourself to loving others, to caring others. And because of this reason, we have come to this earth. So we should not be selfish. Okay, we have some duties, not only for ourselves, but for others. Thank you, everyone. In this way, I am completing the very poem, but very beautiful poem. And we are in such a chaotic time that everything is already torn apart. There is no peace. Everything is pallid, colorless. The world is sordid, not beautiful. But we have to change our mentality. We have to have emotional intelligence. Otherwise, we lose everything. Okay, that's why I will say the problems are common in our life. Our life is already fraught with began moments, appalling moments. But we have to know the technique how to control the emotions. Otherwise, we will destroy ourselves. And one day, the whole world will be destroyed. Thank you, everyone.